Is your PC struggling to run Fortnite? Well, this video is going to fix that with a few simple tricks. So, let's get right into it. So, I take it you've clicked on this video because you are trying to run Fortnite on a low-end PC, and obviously it's not working as well as you expect it to be. With these simple setting changes, it's going to change everything. So first, what you're going to need to do is go into the settings in the top right corner of your screen and go to settings, and we'll first focus on the main video tab, which is display, graphics quality and all that. So first of all, if you're on PC, you need to be running your game in full screen. If you're running it in windowed full screen or windowed, it's going to drop your FPS a lot because it's focusing on Windows in the background as well. But with full screen, all your PC's power focuses on Fortnite. For the resolution, if your PC isn't that bad, you could try all these steps I'm going to tell you now, and if your PC is okay with it, you can leave your resolution as 1920 by 1080. But if you are still struggling with running Fortnite, I would lower that down to 1600 by 900. We apply that. It's pretty much the same thing, it's just a bit blurrier, but that will help your PC run Fortnite. And next, for frame rate limit, that just depends on your monitor. If you've got a low-end computer, I doubt you've got some mega fancy monitor. So I take it that your monitor is 60 FPS. So put your frame rate up to 120, but whatever your monitor's refresh rate is, put it one above. So if it's 60, put it up to 120. If it's 120, put it up to 144. Next, these graphics settings, brightness and user interface, and colorblind mode. These don't matter. These are not going to improve performance or anything. Next, for graphics quality, on a low-end computer, you need, for the game to look good, I mean, if you put 3D resolution down to 40, obviously you don't want to be playing Fortnite like that. So always keep that at 100. You could possibly push it down to 90 if you want, if you don't think it looks that bad. But I don't know if they'll change your FPS that much. Next, we've got view distance. Keep that on 0. Keep that on near. Put that down as low as possible, because down here with post-processing, this pretty much acts the same. I think it does the same thing, and it takes up less power on your computer. So view distance on near, shadows off. It does make the game look a little worse. You can possibly push it to medium if you really want to. Anti-ale, don't know what that says. That's off. I don't know anyone who has that on. Textures and effects, you can keep them on lower if your computer is really struggling, but you can push them up to medium if you want to. And as I said, post-processing, put that onto medium. But if your computer is still struggling, you can move that down to low. Next, you've got the advanced graphics tab, which is VSync. Keep that off. Motion blur. I recommend putting that off just for looks wise. It does. I don't think it affects FPS, but it just makes the game look a bit better. Show FPS. This will decrease your FPS a tiny bit, because obviously it has an extra thing showing on the screen, so it'll probably lower it 1 or 2 frames. If that's a big problem, turn that off. DirectX version, keep that on 11, because 12 is in beta and it's not properly tested yet. I wouldn't risk that because that could really damage your FPS. And next, allow multi-threaded rendering. That just depends on your PC and how powerful it is. If it's really not good, if I think is it CPU or GPU graphics card, it's something like that. I think it's your CPU. If your CPU is really bad, keep that off, but if it's okay, I take it if you've got a low-end computer, your CPU isn't too strong. Then for the bottom one, use GPU crash but debugging, put that to off. I think it just puts more stress on your computer having that on, and obviously that's not what we're looking for in this video. So that's this part of the video for the actual in-game Fortnite settings. So now let's move on to the second part of the video, which is going to require you to download the NVIDIA GeForce Experience on your PC. Whilst you're downloading your graphics card's drivers, I just want to remind you to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and let me know in the comments if you're still struggling with your FPS in Fortnite, and I'll try and help out as much as I can. So now that you've downloaded your graphics card drivers, I've got an NVIDIA graphics card, so I've installed the GeForce Experience. What you're going to need to do is, if you're using this, go from home on the top left to drivers, And then if you've got anything in the available tab, it's an update, download that, and that will pretty much just make your computer up to date, and it will be able to handle Fortnite better, and it'll run in smoother FPS. So now that the download's nearly done, what I suggest is if your computer in about a week starts not doing as well in performance, again, if your Fortnite starts like running worse, I recommend going back to the drivers and checking that there isn't another version, because these update very frequently, once a month to be honest. So just check back every now and then if your game feels like it's running worse. Once you've done that, it will pop up with express installation or custom installation. I've just gone with express installation, and once it's finished installing, close that, and there, your drivers are up to date and your game shall run smoother. That's it for this video. I hope these tips have helped you run Fortnite smoother. Let me know in the comments if they have, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video.